The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Able to slither by. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Pushes past him. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. Room here to run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
And a Buccaneer 1st down.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
2nd and 10. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
A very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, 13 carries, 52 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Option play, here's a give to Brown. Brown with his stick skills. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 sets, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got a man, that's Hunter. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And the Bengals 1st down. 1st
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks. And he'll go down. Brought down to the 20-yard line. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Vita Vea providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. 3rd and 4.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. The pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Cincinnati
Now it's Burrow.
Bengals.
Able to find Higgins. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Running right, here's Brown. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Chase Brown, the ball
Now they're going to be
carrier.
dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Burrow. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And it hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running the toss to Irving. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Shamar Stewart. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mayfield down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now Burrow. He completes it to Hunter. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
to the ground here in Brown. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 44-yard line.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They will toss to Brown. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Bengals coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
A first carry for Rashad White.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
At the 11-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd and 9.
Now it's Burrow. Keeps himself upright. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Good tackle by Benjamin Morrison. A 2-yard loss on the play.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Burrow will throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Gets past one man, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5. First down.
Mayfield looks to throw.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
Mayfield's pass.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Now Mayfield.
At the 49.
Finding Otten once more.
Mayfield's pass. Complete to Cade Otten. A gain of 9
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. 10.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Another try after the first down save.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And it's picked up, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals set to take over. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 24.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Right back to Brown.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's good for our Bengals. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And a short gain here, down to the 22.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th. Play of the drive. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Another Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd and 3.
3rd down, here's Brown.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So out come the Bucs now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the the 24. This now a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That one goes for 20. Yards.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
On the option left, it's Burrow. And to give to Brown on the option. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's brought down.
This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Mayfield running the option right.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
13 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing. Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one is right through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Shoves him aside. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe, the man.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Vita Vea able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A run up the middle with Irving.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
At the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
Once again, it's Irving.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Gain of a yard. First down, Buccaneers.
Baker going to give it to Irving. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
42-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The home team's offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The right side open is Gesicki. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's Higgins out of the right side. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Bengals.
Now Burrow. That's into the hands of Gesicki. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Here's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They're going to let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Got a man open. It's Chase. A big play looming on 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Throwing, Burrow. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And Parker, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
They run out of the gun with Irvin.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 23. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Another one for Brown on 2nd down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 1.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
He was defended by Jamel Dean.
Now it's Burrow. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The Bengals bring out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10.
At their own 24.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Buccaneer 1st down.
What can Mayfield do here in the OT?
Into space at the 45.
He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Running the toss to Irving.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Net score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Here's Baker.
It's caught by Mike Evans.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Mayfield to throw.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Shamar Stewart.
Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Well, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
2nd and 12. To throw, Burrow.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
That's good for our Bengals. First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Burrow. Oh, and it's intercepted.
He may go.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical?